Hello? Hello? Anybody home? Hello? Yeah, hi. I want to quickly talk to you about 5 EIN only LLC business loans that are large and surprisingly easy to qualify for no matter what. If you're interested in this topic, and I'm sure you are interested, I want you to stick around till the end of today's conversation. You're going to love it. I guarantee it. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweaty Kiwi Show. How are you today? I hope you are doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous, if you had to ask me. If you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka. Now let's roll. In today's conversation, I want to talk to you about 5 EIN only LLC business loans that are large and easy to qualify for no matter what. Number 5, we have Credibly. Our score 8/10. So when you think about Credibly, I want you to think about a lender that has many pros and a few cons, okay? In terms of pros, you have low credit score requirements, discounts for repaying early, financing is kind of suitable for business growth needs, and the application process is fast and easy. Of course, we are talking about EIN only LLC business loans, but if you want to apply without EIN, it is also possible, okay? You can also apply with EIN or without EIN. If you're comfortable about your FICO score, if you're comfortable in terms of combining your personal affairs and your business affairs, then go ahead and apply without EIN. But our recommendation on this show is to apply with EIN. Okay, it's important. What about the cons here? When we talk about Credibly, rates can be expensive and some additional fees are charged. And in some cases, for large loan amounts, a blanket lien is required. Okay, so overall, when we talk about Credibly, we are speaking about an online lender that offers short-term financing in the form of business loans and merchant cash advances. Okay, this is important to really keep that in mind, that when we talk about Credibly, their focus is short-term financing. And here are the lending services, the loans, if you will, offered by Credibly. So we have short-term loans. I've already said that. You have business expansion loans. You have merchant cash advances. You have business lines of credit. You have SBA loans, you have equipment financing, and you have invoice factoring. Okay, so when we talk about business, when we talk about invoice factoring, what is that? So business owners will sell their outstanding invoices to a factoring company at a discounted rate. So the factoring company fronts the business a lump sum for the invoices and then assumes responsibility for collecting on the invoices. So this is pretty much what it is. Now, when we talk about Credibly borrower qualifications, one thing that's important is that the qualifications will actually vary from loan program to loan program. So when we talk about working capital loans and merchant cash advances, you got to be in business for 6 months at least. Business revenue $15,000 per month. Personal credit score, if you want to go without EIN, 500. For business lines of credit, minimum time in business 6 months. Business revenue $50,000 annually, and personal FICO score 560. Okay, SBA loans, the requirements vary, and in terms of Credibly interest rates and fees, those are actually decent. Okay, you really go from 10% all the way to 29%. It really depends whether you're talking about merchant cash advances, business expansion loans, or other types of financing. So overall, this is a great company to work for, to apply with. And in terms of reviews, they have excellent reviews. So they have received from Trustpilot 904 reviews as of the date of this show, with a combined score of 4.8/5. Fantastic. Number 4, folks, we have here United Capital Source. Our score 8.5/10. So when you think about United Capital Source, you are thinking about a lender that is very close to its borrowers. Wonderful. They are really responsive. If you have a question, you want to contact them. And by the way, their number is 1-877-319-1278. 1-877-319-1278. If your LLC needs an EIN only business loan, you want to really contact them, and they're really, really responsive. Okay, so the maximum loan amounts with United Capital Source, $10 million. And the quickest time to funding, 2 days. Okay, and they've been in business for 10 to 15 years, so they know what they're talking about, really. Okay, and what we love with United Capital Source is that they have great service features, great funding options, no collateral or personal guarantee needed, no application fees, national coverage, quick funding time, and an easy application. Fantastic. And what are their service features? Well, what are the things that make them stand out? When you think about United Capital Source in relation to your EIN LLC business loan, you can receive funding in as little as 24 hours. The company approves growing businesses at least 3 months old and established businesses. This is really good. And you can borrow up to $10 million. Okay. So when we talk about their loan programs, they have a wide constellation of loan programs. So merchant cash advances, business lines of credit, SBA loans, invoice factoring, business term loans, working capital loans, equipment financing. Wonderful. Okay. And so with this lender, no collateral or personal guarantee is needed. This is really good. Okay, so they focus really on your EIN. They focus on your company. No application fees. They have a national coverage. They have a quick funding time. For us, this is really important. If your LLC wants to be approved fast, United Capital Source could be a great candidate. Okay, and they have an easy application form. They have a simple one-page application, and for pre-approval on some products, all customers will need to fill out an application and provide the most recent 3 business bank statements. Okay, and one thing I want to say here is that their repayment terms can be a little difficult, so they require weekly or even daily repayments, which might not make them viable for your business in some cases. So, but you need to know that. And in terms of reviews, they have received 1,088 reviews, and with a score of 4.9 over 5, and as of the date of this show, on Trustpilot. Fantastic. Number 3, folks, we have Fundbox. Our score 9 over 10. So when you think about Fundbox, I really want you to think about a player that can offer your LLC, EIN only business loans. Okay, they have multiple types of financing, few extra fees, discounts for repaying early. The application process is really fast and easy. When we tried it several times, really, really good. Funds are dispersed quickly. And with Fundbox, you basically have several avenues of customer support. This is really good if your LLC needs some guidance on a lot of things before, during, and after the loan application process. Okay, and some of their drawbacks is that borrower qualifications might be hard to meet, rates can be expensive in some cases, and repayments are required frequently. Okay, so one thing I want to say here is that when you think about Fundbox, I want you to think about an online lender that specializes in short-term financing to small and mid-sized businesses. Okay, they're not in the business for a long-term financing, no, short-term. Okay, so what are the services offered by this lender? First, you need to have, so they offer lines of credit, okay, term loans, and other services. This is really good, especially when they have something called a flex account. This is a facility, a lending facility you can use to pay vendors, payroll, or other business expenses. Okay, and you can repay Fundbox using a connected bank account or credit card within a 3-day grace period, or the outstanding amount will be drawn from your credit line. So this is really good. And Fundbox also offers Fundbox Insights, which is a service that uses your connected bank accounts to predict your cash flow and sends you alerts if your cash flow is at risk of falling below a certain threshold. So in terms of borrower requirements, you got to have an EIN, of course, but if you want to go the non-EIN route, which is also possible, you need a minimum credit score of 600, okay? And your revenue per year should be $100,000. That's the minimum, $100,000 gross income. Okay, so we're talking about, so their interest rates and fees are good or decent. And in terms of Fundbox line of credit, the minimum amount is $1,000, maximum $150,000, and the term length 12 or 24 weeks. Okay, in terms of their term loans, borrowing amount up to $150,000, the term length 24 or 52 weeks, okay, with an APR that starts at 8.33%. That's just fantastic. And the application process is really excellent, okay, and their sales, their pricing transparency is also good. We love that. Customer service, fantastic also. And one thing I want to say here is that on Trustpilot, as of the date of this show, they have received 3,370 reviews and with a combined score of 4.8 out of 5. So that's a great lender. Number 2, folks, we have here Biz to Credit. Our score, 9.5 over 10. Folks, obviously we are still having a conversation about the 5 EIN only LLC business loans for huge amounts that approve you fast, okay? It's important. So with Biz to Credit, 9.5 over 10. What we love is that they really can fund you with a loan amount up to $6 million. This is really good, okay? The credit score needed, if you want to go the non-EIN route, it's 580. If you want to go with EIN, not a problem. You just want to learn how to prepare the EIN only application, okay? And so Biz to Credit is really a platform to match small businesses with funding based on their needs by connecting borrowers with lenders that offer a range of loan and credit options, okay? And so what are the best features here? When you think about Biz to Credit, I want you to think about a marketplace lender. They're not a direct lender, okay? They use a network of financial institutions. They will match you with loan options, and they offer a wide constellation of loans, okay? And so their lending guidelines may vary. So one thing I want you to think about, what kind of business loans for your LLC can you get with Biz to Credit? Especially EIN only business loans. You have merchant cash advances, SBA loans, business lines of credit, real estate financing, equipment financing, franchise loans, disaster loans, business acquisition loans, business credit cards, unsecured loans, bad credit business loans, working capital loans. Okay, so you can see here that we have variety, we have diversity, and we love that. And in terms of their business Biz to Credit's loan terms, fees, and discounts, fantastic. Now, the platform itself does not charge application fees, and you can use any of their online tools for free. However, you will pay an underwriting fee of $250 to $400 for a non-bank loan, such as a merchant cash advance, if your transaction closes. Okay, so they only charge you if the transaction is successful. Okay, if you want to qualify for a Biz to Credit business loans, the requirements are really easy. They want you to have a revenue of at least $10,000 per month, and your FICO score, if you want to go the non-EIN route, it must be at least 580. In some cases 600. Okay, and so they actually close loans pretty fast. Things can happen within 24 hours if you have all the paperwork. This is really good. Okay, and their customer service is also great. And as a matter of fact, if you go on Trustpilot, they have received a score of 4.5 out of 5 from more than 14,000 reviewers. Fantastic. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Studio Kiwi Show. I'm still talking to you about the 5 EIN only LLC business loans that are large and surprisingly easy to qualify for, no matter what. Number 1, we have Lendu. Our score, 10 over 10. We really love Lendu. Lendu is a great lender. I mean, they're not a direct lender. They are a marketplace lender, but this company has figured something out, and they are executing fantastically on their strategy, and it seems to work. So Lendu does not lend money directly itself. Rather, it partners with a network of over 75 other lenders to help you get the funding your business needs. And what we love is that Lendu has a robust lender network. So it's a highly rated platform, okay? And we really recommend them. So Lendu, 10 over 10. We love Lendu. Yeah, this is just and the cool thing is they are available in all states. They have a wide range of funding options, and they have a great positive ratings and reviews. And we have actually dealt with them ourselves, and it's a great platform, really. The thing is that So Lendio is best for business owners. If you have an LLC and you want to be thorough, if you're not sure what funding options is best for you, if you want to work with a reputable company, this is a great option. Okay, Lendio is not for you if you value privacy or you want to thoroughly vet a lender first. In other words, if you want to validate a lender first, this is not good, because a lender does the job for you, and based on our experience, they do a good job at it. So you can trust them. You can trust the level of expertise. Okay. So when we talk about Lendio business loan details, business term loan $5,000 to $2 million. The APR starts at 6%. They have startup loans that go from $500,000 to $750,000. The APR starts from 0.5 to 17%. Terms up to 25 years. They offer SBA loans. They offer business lines of credit that the loan amount goes from $1,000 to $500,000, and the APR starts from 8% to 24%. The terms 1 to 2 years. They offer business term loans in all states. Okay, they have a coupon financing from $5,000 to $5 million. The APR starts from 7.5%. The terms 1 to 5 years. They offer merchant cash advance. They offer accounts receivable financing, business acquisition loan. Okay, if you want to qualify for a Lendio business loan for your LLC, the requirements are totally different. It depends on the loan programs you want. Okay, whether you want to start up business loan, a business line of credit, or a coupon financing, the loan programs are different. And in terms of annual revenue requirements, business lines of credit, $50,000, equipment financing, $50,000. We're talking about gross income per year. Okay, and if you want to apply for a Lendio business loan, you just need to fill out an application to be matched with a lender through their website. And filling the application just takes about 3-4 minutes. Okay, and Lendio will generally reach out to you within a day or two to discuss your options and help facilitate your application with a specific lender. Okay, so this is really good. And in terms of customer reviews, fantastic. They have received, as of the date of this show, a combined score of 4.8 out of 5 stars from nearly 18,500 reviews. That's just fantastic. If you made it so far in the show, I want to share a bonus with you. And I have a bonus lender, and this is Stripe Capital. Our score is 7.5 over 10. So when we think about Stripe Capital, we're thinking about a lender that covers, that actually focuses on Stripe POS customers, point of sale customers. Okay, so if you use a Stripe's POS service or a Stripe Connect, then this is basically a good loan for you. And Stripe Connect, by the way, is Stripe's marketplace platform. Okay, and so when you think about Stripe Capital loan, you have to think about a merchant cash advance. It's kind of similar. Okay, and what do you need to apply for a Stripe Capital? First of all, you gotta be a customer, and the loan amount is entirely based on your Stripe sales volume and how long you have been using Stripe. Okay, so the only thing you need to apply is an account with Stripe POS or Stripe Connect. No other documentation or information is required. Okay, so they pay attention to your sales volume. They'll pay attention to all the things that all the cash inflows and cash outflows. This is really important. And so for Stripe Capital, you need to know that all loans come with a single fixed fee. Okay, and the one thing, this loan program is kind of similar to what PayPal offers. They also have a PayPal working capital, and you also have a Square capital. Okay, so this is what it is. And if you want to apply with Stripe Capital, you just first need to have an account with them, and you want to check your email or Stripe dashboard. Okay, and you can have funds in your Stripe account as soon as 1 business day. So if you check your email or Stripe dashboard, you can apply from there. You can review your offers. So usually Stripe will send you several offers, and it's up to you to review your offers, and you will have to sign your loan agreement. Okay, if you find an offer that really is good for you, go ahead and do the work. So post funding, so the post funding phase. So after receiving funding, payments will be deducted when you begin processing sales through Stripe. So you can view your payment history along with your minimum payment in your Stripe dashboard, okay? If you have not met minimum payment within 60 days, Stripe will automatically deduct the remainder from your Stripe account or business bank account. So they're really that fast, okay? And so once you pay off your loan in full, you will automatically be evaluated for a new offer. So paying early does not necessarily mean you will receive a new offer immediately afterward or even qualify for one. Okay, so those are things because they do this on a case-by-case basis. So overall, this is a great tool if you are a Stripe customer. Fantastic. And in terms of their reviews, they have received a review of 3 out of 5 stars from 7,243 reviewers on Trustpilot as of the data does show. I want to quickly have a general conversation here. Obviously, we are speaking about EIN only, LLC, business loans. And one thing you need to understand is that how do you get a business loan as an LLC? Well, one thing you need to understand is that LLCs are a very popular way for entrepreneurs to create and run a business, okay? Like many other types of organizations, LLCs often need to borrow money to grow. And so first you need to understand why you should form an LLC. Okay, an LLC is a separate legal entity from you, which is really good because it means that you have your own assets and your assets, liabilities, and bank accounts are separate from the LLCs. And LLCs can reduce your personal liability to debt incurred by the LLC. LLCs can have their own credit histories and credit scores. And taking the time to form an LLC shows that you are serious about business and can help when it comes to getting customers, working with banks, and finding suppliers. And in some cases, an LLC can provide tax advantages with the IRS. So this is really good, okay? And one thing you need to understand is that we have covered how to form an LLC on other shows. Just as you already have an LLC, this is why you are watching this show. But if you want to form an LLC, there are LLC forming services online and offline that really take care of that. Okay, one thing for sure, you want to get an EIN only. You want to get you want to get an EIN from the IRS, and you also want to have a business checking accounts. This is important, okay? And you need to establish why you are borrowing and how much your LLC needs to borrow. It's important. Why does your LLC need the money? How much does your LLC need? Think about that. And there are a few reasons why you might need the money. Expand into new markets, services, and marketplace. Increase your inventory to meet customer demand. Invest in employees, assets, or equipment. Refinancing existing debts for better terms and interest rates, increasing your working capital to maximize opportunities, right? Buying or renting real estate. So you can have a constellation of reasons, okay? And so you want to create a strong foundation for your LLC loan. It's important that you really have a few financial documents, a balance sheet, a profit and loss reports, a cash flow statements, detailed projections of your future revenues, expenses, and profits, account statements for your LLC like bank and credit card transactions, tax returns for you, okay? If you have a pass-through income from your LLC to your 1040, and your LLC itself in terms of your Schedule C to Form 1040, your debt schedule and repayment loan if you already have loans, okay? And please pay attention to a few business documents for your LLC loan. Basic facts, operating agreements, LLC business plan, any legal contract and agreements. Those are important, okay? And also, there are other helpful factors for an LLC loans. You have business licenses and operating permits, your EIN, of course, a strong personal financial history, a business history, and a business credit score. And to end this, I just want to say that there could be collateral personal guarantees in some LLC loans, okay? Just pay attention to that. This can happen if you are asking for large loan amounts, and some lenders might ask for collateral, a personal guarantee, or a blanket lien. It really depends. So before I close today's conversation, I want you to check out this loan evaluation approach video. We have a strong methodology on this show when it comes to evaluating, categorizing, and reviewing business loans, especially LLC business loans with EIN only. Check this out. All right, folks, just want to quickly recap today's conversation here. So I was talking to you about 5 EIN only LLC business loans for huge amounts and that are surprisingly easy to qualify for no matter what. Lend you is number 1, 10 over 10. B's to credit, number 2, 9.5 over 10. Number 3, we have Fund Box, 9 over 10. Number 4, we have United Capital Source, 8.5 over 10. Number 5, we have Credibly, 8 over 10. And as a bonus, I offered you another lender, and that's a Stripe Capital. Our score is 7.5 over 10. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. I will speak to you another time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.